Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. I'm going to do a pregnancy update, but it's going to be probably a little bit less of an update than I normally do. And to be honest, I wasn't really even sure if I would get a video up this week. If you know me personally, you know that it's been a really difficult week for my family. And if you don't know me personally, without going into too much detail, I'll just say that it was a really awful week. We lost my brother-in-law suddenly and tragically this last weekend, leaving behind my sister, my niece, and my nephew. And it's just been a week of devastation and healing and praying. And so I didn't know if I was going to do the video because it doesn't feel right to sit down and talk about this joyous, great time in my life when I know that there's so much pain going on right now. But I also figured that maybe sitting down and putting up a video would be a little glimmer of light for some of my family that watches my videos. And unfortunately, I can't be there at the services and to support my sister, my niece, and my nephew, it really breaks my heart. But that's another reason why I wanted to put up a video, just so that I wrote just a little something to my sister, just so that she can hear it directly from me, so she knows how I feel, even though I know she already knows. So with that being said, I am going to do a pregnancy update. I do still enjoy doing them, and I think that honestly maybe it will help me feel a little bit better. But before I do that, I have a letter. It's just a short little letter, an open letter to my sister, just so that she knows how much I love her. Kellie, these days will always be known as the hardest and darkest days of your life. Your heart physically aches, and though our heartfelt words and condolences sound like meaningless words right now, please try to remember that you are loved, you are blessed beyond measure, and you are braver than you think. If you need to fall apart, we're all here to catch you and help you put yourself back together. I promise that we will love Jaden and Maddie like they are our own. JC, you will always be my brother. I will always walk past the nursery and know that your strong hands help put all of our girls' things together. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have anything set up right now. Thank you so much for changing my sister's life and giving her the most precious gifts she could have ever asked for, Jaden and Maddie. You will always be our hero. Kellie, JC, Jaden, and Maddie, I love you guys unconditionally. Okay, so moving on to my pregnancy update this week. Like I said, I'm 28 weeks pregnant, and it feels like such an accomplishment. I know I say that every single week, but just the fact that I'm finally in my third trimester, it feels like an accomplishment, especially because I'm a part of a lot of triplet mom groups on Facebook, and I seriously feel like at least half of the women deliver at 28 weeks or sooner, and that's just so scary to me. So I feel so grateful that my babies are still growing inside of me. Now that I am 28 weeks, as you can see, how I look is pretty much how I'm feeling. I have no motivation to do anything but take a hot bath and lay on the couch and just lather my whole belly in lotion. It's so itchy, and I did try coconut oil. Someone suggested that in my last video, and I've still been using those Lush massage bars. Those have been a lifesaver for me. So I've just been laying down a lot, looking like this, taking baths, relaxing, and even though I'm spending a lot of time relaxing, more times than not I'm laying down or sitting down. Even though I'm very inactive right now, my contractions are I'm probably having like 10 a day. They are Braxton Hicks contractions, but every contraction has to be taken seriously when you're so high risk and carrying more than one baby. So every time I do get contractions, I time them. I make sure that there's no pain associated with them, and I just look for any consistency. So far, there has been no consistency, and it usually will go like I won't have any for hours, and then there's usually like an hour at nighttime where I'll just get them like one every 2 or 3 minutes, and that's been happening for the past like week and a half, I would say. It doesn't help that while I'm having these contractions, baby C is sitting up very, very high. I can't remember if I mentioned in my last video, but her head was under one rib cage and her feet were under the other rib cage. And even if I try to push her down, I can feel her come all the way back up and nestle right underneath my rib cage. So as my belly tightens from my Braxton Hicks contractions, right here, it feels like there's literally a rock underneath my skin. As far as weight gain this week, I'm not sure because I'm still at the point where I'm going to the doctor every 2 weeks. However, I have an appointment on Wednesday, and from Wednesday on, I'll start going every week. So this week, I'm sure I've gained weight. My belly has gotten more stretch marks. It's gotten even bigger. So I'm sure that there is weight gain there, but I would say that my weight gain is probably still under 30 pounds. In my next video, I'll let you know exactly what that is, but I'm hopeful that at least the babies are gaining a lot of weight. This is the point in pregnancy where I feel like they start gaining more rapidly. Instead of gaining like 5 or 6 ounces every time I go to the doctor, now they're gaining closer to like 10 to 13 ounces every time I go to the doctor. So I would say they're gaining like half a pound every 2 weeks right now. So today I had to go and get all of my 3rd trimester blood work done, and in that included my glucose test. I will say that the glucose test was not nearly as bad as I expected it to be. I feel like you hear horror stories from it, and it really didn't taste that bad. I did the orange one. It really just tasted like flat orange soda. But what I didn't know about the glucose test is that I had to finish that drink in 5 minutes. So I was chugging it as fast as I could, and then they want you to sit there for an hour, which I'm sure it's not bad compared to some people that have to do the 3-hour test, but oh my gosh, my heart was pounding. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I felt really nauseous, and I didn't feel like, it didn't hurt my stomach or anything, but I didn't feel right. Like I felt like I had to lean back because my eyes started getting blurry, and partially that is my own fault because before I went, I had no appetite, so I didn't really eat anything before I went. But now that it's been a few hours, I feel totally fine. I also had to give 6 vials of blood. To be honest, I'm not really even sure what they test for a 3rd trimester screening. But I do know that my blood type is O negative. So with that being said, at 28 weeks, I have to get what's called a RhoGAM shot. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's likely that one of the babies or all of the babies will have positive blood. And if our bloods mix, my body could somehow reject it. I think that's how it works. So I have to get a shot at 28 weeks and then another one after the babies are born. So I'm not entirely sure the exact blood test that they did, but I do know that whatever they tested for, it will tell me whether I have to get that shot at my next doctor's appointment or if I'm good to go. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I apologize to anyone that doesn't know me personally and was just here for the pregnancy update. Unfortunately, this is really just all that I can give this week, and I should be back next week with another pregnancy update. I would like to post more than once a week, and I still plan on doing the nursery tour as well. I will go ahead and show you how big my belly has gotten. Okay, so you can already tell with my tank top on that my belly has gotten huge. But yep, there it is. And there's 3 babies in there. It's crazy to think that I still have a month and a half left until the babies are here. Which reminds me, one other thing is this is the first week where I've actually felt like there's a chance I'm probably not going to make it until the 35-week mark that they expect me to. I'm optimistic that I will, but just with the amount of contractions that I've been feeling lately and just how I feel overall, and with my height being so small, I just don't really know if I'll make it that far. My guess is I'll probably make it to 32 or 33 weeks, but I am still optimistic I will make it to 35 weeks. So that's it for this video. I apologize if you came just for the pregnancy update and you got hormonal pregnant woman's emotions in the mix with it, but that's just what you get when you're pregnant with triplets and life is a little bit bumpy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.